We live. What's good, everybody? It's Game Talk. I'm your host, Gangster, here with RevTech
Yo, what up?
and my boy Blue.
You already know who I am, so.
How you bitches doing today?
I am doing fantastic, sir.
What about you, Blue?
It's snowing outside, so it's a gloomy mood. All I got to do with that. I know
Well,
it
all
made of
right
snow in
then.
California, so. I mean, do you know the snow is over there in California or no?
This motherfucker. It has actually snowed where I live, sir. It was once, and it was like 20-something years ago, but it did
It
happen,
was
all right?
20-something years ago.
It was. I was like
How
3 years old
far
or 5
away?
years old. I can't remember. But it was young. And yeah, it was just like a little mush on the side of the road. But it doesn't matter because it actually snowed in Sacramento. So.
It snows up in like Big Bear up in the mountains, bro.
Oh yeah,
Here it's
dude. Like
always sunny.
Tahoe,
We get
fucking.
rain like 3 weeks out of the year.
I think it get rain like once a decade over there.
Wait, what?
I think you get rain like once a decade over there. Because you guys are always having droughts over there. So.
Not really. In the last couple years, it's not been
Yeah,
like that.
fuck it.
And the fires have not been any. I know you guys don't live near fires, but.
Well, we get the smoke.
We get the smoke.
Like, I don't mean to ask this question out loud, but whatever, I guess. Have you ever like walked outside your house after I know you guys live near fires, but like have you ever walked to your house and just like seen ash everywhere?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. I've seen where it's
Like-
orange outside and then it's like ash raining. Yeah.
Yep.
Or, like it's ash all like ash on your car.
Yeah, dude. There
so
was fires. There was big ass fires. Like what in Redding? This last fire season, and that's not very far away from Sacramento. It was bad. Like oh my
like, it was
god, dude.
ash in the air.
Yeah, dude. Like my girlfriend works outdoors, and she had to get fucking masks for everybody, like the whole crew, because you couldn't be out standing out there without a mask on for more than a few minutes, or you'd be fucking hacking up a lung, man. It was
Yep,
bad.
Bugs would be going through your
Oh,
throat,
dude.
through your
Fucking,
mouth,
we
yeah.
were running like 5 air purifiers in my house. My dad had like 6 going in his. Because even with the windows shut and everything, it was still fucking horrible in the house.
Yep.
Exactly.
So-
I didn't have air purifiers, but my air conditioning has purifying stuff in it, so I don't have to worry about it.
Honestly, I'm never gonna complain about snow again. So
I don't
I don't
know.
know why people frown. I don't know why people frown upon California. It's not as bad as
no,
people
I
make
don't.
it out to be.
I
at
don't hate
times.
California. It's just like man, those fires, dude. And like then it's and like dealing with the whole ash everywhere, like the aftermath of it. I'm not sure if I could deal with that.
It's not as bad as as certain times. It's not as bad.
Oh!
Cocksucker. It's just the law of the land. Sometimes it depends where you go. Sometimes it rains all the time, like in Seattle. You know, it just depends on the area
Fuck.
you're in. I'm grateful I'm not in Tornado Alley or things like that. The
Yeah,
Hurricane
tornadoes
Alley.
suck.
Yeah,
Yeah, your entire house just gets clapped.
it depends.
Fuck, I'm trying to
What
Destiny
area?
triple jump in this bitch. Shit's not working.
What
Ah,
game are you playing?
Titanfall 2, sir.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
people play that game still.
So those game awards, right? Come and gone.
So the Game Awards.
I mean,
I only saw a couple. So Blue
saw it
knows
all.
them all though. Yeah, so he'll be able to tell us what's up. So what
I
did
mean,
what
the
did everything
awards-
get
the-
and everything?
The important word Devil May Cry just won Best Action Game. Was a Death Stranding won Best Actor in a game, but that doesn't really matter because Death Stranding because fuck that game. And the winner, the game of the year was Sekiro, a video game that you actually have to play. So that's why it was good, mainly. And the reason why I say a video game that you actually get to play is because Death Stranding is not really a video game. So
What? It's a video game. It came out on a console.
yeah, but it's like man, there's not that much gameplay, dog.
It
like
depends.
six-
It depends on the person.
I mean, I guess if you're into very little gameplay, that's fine. Well, I guess it's people who like Telltale games, so.
What's up, Arrow? What's up,
A lot of
Donji?
people don't. A lot of people don't understand the Hideo Kojima games. I do. I don't. I'll be playing it when it comes to PC.
I mean, what was that one Kojima game? Metal Gear Solid had tons of gameplay in it.
Man, it's been a while since I played this game.
Yeah, but not every game needs to have a lot of gameplay to tell a story and whatnot.
I guess if you, it's sort of like if you like those Telltale games, it's fine. I guess I don't know. I don't like Telltale games. I find them boring, so that's why I never really got into them. And when they went underground like Telltale, I just never really cared for that reason.
Yeah, I was never into Telltales, but
I don't know. Like if you like Death Stranding, it's fine. I just don't.
I don't know. The Game Awards, I kind of just listened to the highlights. I was just like, okay, it's the show. Not trying to be
And the oth-
negative. If people
and there
liked
was-
it, people liked it. I just
And
watched
there
the
was-
highlights.
Also, one more thing, just should we mention that GTFO went to early access, or does that not actually really matter?
Actually, it's pretty exciting. GTFO minus the no matchmaking. I mean,
yeah, that's a
I mean,
bitch.
I'm gonna wait for the community to speak on it. You know, before I buy.
I would kind of like to have 4 people to play it, so I can actually play the game because I bought it and I haven't even played it yet. So it's like,
Well,
man.
Man, let me know when I hit the fountain of youth
Jesus.
and money starts hitting me and it starts raining money. I'll definitely buy it when that happens.
Right.
I'll make sure. But let's talk about Xbox then, I guess. We can the old Xbox.
Well, Game Awards were kind of like, there was they showed off a lot of games. I mean, they showed off the Fast and the Furious game at the end. I like the Fast and the Furious franchise. I thought it was cool. I get why they're doing it. They're getting ready for another Fast and the Furious movie, so I get there's going to be a game and all that. It's early footage that we saw, so it didn't look impressive to me. But I could see it coming to Xbox Game Pass and playing it.
Yeah, the graphics are kind of janky, I will say.
Yeah. Also, I think maybe we should talk about like the Xbox Scarlet thing, because that's more in your wheelhouse, Rev. Then we'll get to the other stuff in the Game Awards.
The Game Awards. A lot of the awards I didn't care for. Shroud won. What was it? Didn't he win streamer or
yeah,
something like
Shroud
that?
won. I was hoping Lupo would win because I like Lupo more than Shroud, but it's good enough, I guess.
The Video Game Awards was okay. If you took it in, going into it being excited, I guess you got your excitement. They did show the Xbox Series X. They did show that off. Yeah. I thought they should have showed that off at the end instead of Fast and the Furious. It would have ended the show really well and gave you the trailer of the Hellblade 2, which the in-game engine for that on the Video Game Awards was outstanding.
That trailer looks cool as hell.
I was purely, into it. Let's see, what did Don Gamer say? I tried to get my mom to watch the whole Game Awards with me, but that didn't work out so much. Not everybody's into that kind of stuff. I mean, really, like, my mom's not really into video games.
That's most parents, though. Like knowing that.
Well, my mom's into games. It's more of like casino games and things like that. Java games, not anything special.
A bit of the boomer generation. I know.
No, my mom did play 360. She played 360 shortly. It was mostly the Wii that she played. She liked a lot of the Wii games that were out, not just the sports. She did like a lot of things that you can use with the motion controls. I mean, my mom's, technically I would say like a casual gamer at that. Like tablet games she likes. There's a few tablet games that are pretty good. She did play, was the one made by Epic Games, Chivalry. She did play that. Chivalry was pretty good. I didn't mind. Or Infinity Blade. Sorry, Infinity Blade.
What do you think of that design, though? Just to get a quick mind out there about it. For the new Xbox.
They went for the PC idea. I get why they did it. It's something different than what they have done. It's a departure from what they've done. Honestly, it's PC at this point. I mean, these consoles are both going to be PC tech. For me, I'm always going to be on the console side over PC gaming. That's just me. That's my pure opinion, just because of all the issues I've had on the PC side. So day one, I will be buying this console. You know, I know it's probably going to be priced at 500, just like the Xbox One X. They are going to be probably doing the Series S model, which will probably be the Lockhart model. That will literally be that streaming console slash all digital console. And you know,
This
people
one was the all digital one though. I thought this was the
no,
all.
no, this is gonna have the streaming features in it, and it's purely gonna be the all around system. The next one that they release probably at E3 or sooner, because the territory on these console games, on these consoles, sorry, are literally they're doing it faster and earlier. So I wouldn't be surprised if game manufacturers literally go their own way now at this point. Do their own event like Apple, Samsung, OnePlus, Motorola does off to the side. So I wouldn't be surprised if E3 starts becoming smaller and smaller and smaller and these companies just do their own private events.
Good.
You know, I wouldn't mind that in general because it gives more focus on these companies than anything.
I don't want to be that guy, but I just don't like E3 anymore like, at all.
Well, E3 used to have the luster, but now not. Now you go to it. Nintendo's really doing a Nintendo Direct. Sony's kind of going to Sony Plays events, and they're really kind of going away from that whole E3. What I'm disappointed on is I love those events, you know, to go to them, and you know, and see these things. But I don't, you know, I could still go to these events if I wanted to because most of them are done in LA, in California. So like a lot of them will probably be done in a theater. Which I'm not gonna like is it's gonna be only for the press when they go that way.
Lovely, you know the guys who don't play video games. But
I mean,
the thing about E3 is just at this point I just don't like because we've been misled at E3 so many times. It's just like, man, why do you even do this anymore if you're just gonna lie? You get what I mean?
Well, the new Xbox I'm more excited for. The PS5
We haven't seen anything on it, so there's nothing really to talk about when it comes.
Well,
we've
we
seen
kinda
like the design, but
we've seen the dev kits. We know what it is. I mean, Gangster could sit here too and say that they're both running the same shit.
yeah,
Technically, they're gonna be running
exactly
the same
the same shit.
The only thing different they're going to be doing is using different SSDs or NVMe drives and
Xbox has a hardware ray tracing feature. I don't know exactly what it is or how it works, but
one thing that did tick me off about the Xbox is they're going to be doing the same kind of idea where Call of Duty has its own shaders, its own difference in shaders. Where, for instance, you know how Call of Duty does shaders. That's a whole new technology where they do shaders on the fly. That's why you see the installation process every time you load in. Yeah, it is annoying to some people, but that's the way the technology is going. It's to free up a lot of things. Did a lot of research on the whole why Call of Duty does the whole loading in textures and shaders the way they do. It's the way the Xbox is going to do it, where they're going to put some of it on the RAM and some of it on the NVMe drive. So I get what they're trying to do with some of their technology with that. And Sony's going to be doing the same thing. Anything the Xbox you saw at that event, Sony's doing it. Minus the ray tracing is going to be different.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do a different way of ray tracing because Sony's using the whole Linux kind of based operating system with the OpenGL and Vulkan combined. So it's going to be a little different than DirectX 12 ASIC computing type deal. I do think with the PS5, if we're going to go there, I think Last of Us 2 will be delayed for it.
I mean, Ghost of Tsushima will probably be delayed for it as well. I mean, most of the PlayStation exclusives that haven't come out yet will be on the PS5. Will probably be delayed for the PS5 due to launch titles. Because right now it looks like Hellblade and Halo are going to be launch titles. Halo and Hellblade are going to be launch titles for it.
Xbox. and also too, what's making Xbox a really tempting offer is the fact that they have Game Pass. Then you got xCloud coming out at the halfway in the year or at the beginning of the year or halfway through the year.
Is it backwards compatible where you won't lose your games if you get the
yeah?
Xbox,
so all controllers from the Xbox generation Well, games and the controllers, even the Kinect, if you want to use it through USB, will be able to work through the new Xbox.
Sorry,
They-
the last one, the Kinect. No, someone that usually uses that.
Well, a lot of people actually use it for streaming on Twitch and Mixer, but the thing is, they're going away. What I'm happy about, they're going away. They're departing from what they did with the Xbox One X, Xbox One, which is the whole TV features. They're getting away from that, keeping it purely an entertainment console. Not so much, oh, let's shove the TV down your throat. So I'm cool with that. As far as PlayStation goes, I mean, it's really becoming Microsoft wanted to catch Sony off guard. What did it look like? I know Sony's got an event coming up. They're always doing something, so we're gonna see what the PS5 looks like and what their naming skill is gonna be. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't call it the PS5; they just call it something else. I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to go out in left field with it. They could, but the Xbox, I think there's going to be two models. I think you're going to have the Series X model, the Xbox Series S, and you're going to have the Series X. The Series S is going to be the entry level console that now Siri goes off because I said S model, but that's my personal opinion on it. I think if you're already into a PC and you have a high end parts, I don't think the console's for you. If you're a PC gamer right now and you have top end stuff, there's no point of buying these consoles. If you're happy with your PC, the 144 hertz, the 240 hertz, the 260 hertz now, they're even talking about 360 hertz now at this point.
Jesus.
So if you're like all into it, then all means necessary, keep with the PC. I mean, this just gets console gamers into what we now know PC stuff.
Well, that's the
I'm
thing.
buying
I would just wish that consoles got more to the point where, because this has happened several times before. I think the most
Right.
recent examples was Skyrim and Oblivion were the two main ones, where they said they really had to hold back because the consoles at the time just could not handle what they were going to do if it was PC only.
The PS3. And,
Yeah, when it was PS3 and Xbox 360, Oblivion was the big one, I think. And then even
It
with
was
Skyrim,
Skyrim.
though, I think they had there were
that's
things
why
that
the
they
Dragon
wanted to
Quest-
do that they couldn't.
Well, now there's no excuse.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Now here's the excuse that I would like to see Microsoft kind of work with the modding community with
That'd be
mods for
nice.
games. That if they're gonna go PC wise with Zen 2 architecture and NVMe drive, we don't even know how much GDR6 they're gonna be using on these consoles. I'm assuming they're gonna be using 8 to 12 on both, and I'm assuming they're gonna have DDR4 of some sort, so they can really
Well, or
put it in-
GDDR.
Yeah. So they're going to have something of the range. There's going to be plenty of games to have, I think, on both of these consoles. I'm excited for the next generation. I would like to see what Nintendo's going to do coming forward.
Yeah, that's what
maybe
I'm looking at.
maybe a Switch Pro. Maybe a Switch Pro. I would like to see that.
I don't think that's gonna happen, man, because they went the other way with their second Switch, the Mini Lite.
Yeah,
Switch Lite,
Switch Lite.
right? Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I thought they were going more for the mobile type market, rather than the at home market.
Well, to Arrow to honestly respond to that, honestly, I get why Microsoft called it the Series X, because the Series X will be their Pro model, and then they'll have the S model, kind of like how Apple has the iPhone X model with X Pro, and then they have the iPhone X 11, and then they have the 11
Arrow.
X model.
Sorry to interrupt, but Arrow is absolutely right. The new Xbox just shows Microsoft can't name it something normal. Dude, they just
Well,
can't, bro. They
Well, if
can't.
they named it
Xbox to
normally-
Xbox 360, and then the Xbox One, and then the Xbox One X.
Well,
come on,
the thing-
guys.
The thing is, if they named it something else, it would make no sense when they release another console. So they're doing two SKUs. So they're gonna have the Series S model and then the X model. So I get why they did it. Now,
I mean,
now, name-wise, if you're going to a store, if Blue like goes to a store and says, "I want the Xbox X," and he walks out with the Xbox One X, it's kind of confusing. I get you guys.
fair
there.
enough, but I think the people who work at the store won't be like dumb, like, oh, he probably means the Xbox One X, or they'll probably know you're talking about the new console. Like, I don't think people who run stores are dumb like that. And also, most of buying consoles now is moving to Amazon and digital, so it's just like it's gonna be hard not to mess up, or you know what I mean?
Now,
Like,
now I hope it's not $600 for the X
Nope.
model.
I mean,
I won't buy if it's $600.
dude, that's a screaming deal for the parts you're getting though.
That's true too.
It really, even at 600
I mean-
bucks, because
they're
like
selling it at they sell consoles at a loss to begin with. So.
always, yeah, that always happens. But even still, like, cause I mean that's, it depends on what they put in it, right? If it's like
Well-
if it's GDDR6 for the memory, and you know, and you get a really good amount of solid state space and stuff, then that might actually start being like coming close to, you couldn't build this PC for cheaper than what you could buy the Xbox
Let's
or.
read what Don has to say. So I
But it
hope they
depends.
don't abandon backwards compatibility on the PS5 after the Xbox announcement of being backwards compatible.
I mean, that's a big thing, because Sony's been, like, in terms of backwards compatibility, I think they did it once for the PS3, barely, only for, like, the first one.
No,
when they
it
just kinda
not
dropped it
not
on wheels.
even then it wasn't complete. But there was a reason for that though. I have to give it to him. There was a reason for that. The PS3 was so different in terms
yeah,
of
the
hardware.
architecture for the PS2 and PS3 are hard for them to do backwards compatibility.
Yeah, it
They
was.
even say that
Well,
themselves.
PS2 is a lot easier because it's a lot older, right? And the
Right.
games are not high fidelity like the PS3 games are.
Weren't they running PS2 or EX, one of those emulators to make that happen?
Yeah, that's
through
see,
the
that's the
operating
thing.
system?
That's how it's basically had to start, because as consoles got more and more like PCs, now all of a sudden they weren't doing the same architecture that they were with, like, say, the PS2, where it was similar, but it was different enough that it just, you know, it wasn't the greatest. But
right.
with PS4, that's basic. I mean, it's not the greatest parts. It's Jaguar crap and fucking, you know, whatever. But that is PC kind of stuff. Shit.
Well, I
Fuck,
think
fuck,
they
fuck,
needed.
fuck.
I think they needed to go X8. I think they really needed to go PC tech, honestly. You know, with this next generation, so they keep it in unison between PC to make it easier on the developer to develop for games instead of making it harder.
That, and also there's the fact that most stuff, like most like these exclusives, like Xbox already doing it, but even PlayStation's gonna start doing it, where now these exclusives are coming to PC anyways.
Well, it's smart because instead of choking your audience, right? So let's say, like, for instance, X game comes out, right? It's, you know, it's more money to be made. Now, I don't like everything that Sony's doing. They're hog tying a lot of things to the Epic Game Store, which a lot of us don't like the Epic Game Store for reasons,
Especially
and,
me.
and they're valid. I get it. You know, I wish they would go to Steam. More
I think
people
some
are on
will.
Steam.
I think some will go to Steam though. That's the thing, because Death Stranding's gone to Steam, for example, and a couple of others.
Well, Zero Horizon Dawn's already teased going to PCs. Where it's gonna land, I don't know. That's a game that, you know, a lot of people should play. It's really good of a game, and I think it would be beautiful on a PC.
I mean,
Oh, it will.
The game I want to come to Steam though
What?
is a Ghost. The game I want to come to Steam mainly is Ghost of Tsushima. 'Cause
Okay.
Yeah, it does look pretty good.
That does
That
look
and
really
Bloodborne.
it's like
What the fuck is
Bloodborne?
the? Yeah, is that the
Bloodborne. Dude,
Souls
I would-
like?
Honestly, I would consider using the Epic Game Store if Bloodborne literally came to PC, but only on Epic. I would actually consider it. Fuck. Like, I'm not even kidding when I say this. Like, dude, holy
I don't
shit.
know.
But
I don't know.
the Xbox, I'm assuming they're using some type of passive cooling, kind of like what they did with the Xbox One X. I don't, you know, I don't
Vapor
know.
chambers.
Vapor chamber, passive cooling vapor chambers. I think they're using Cooler Master as their cooler maker because that's what they've been accustomed to use.
It's got to have a fan though, right? Like it'll be
Yeah,
one
it's got a
system
fan on the top.
Okay, yeah. So it's one system fan with a big vapor chamber heatsink.
And everybody says, "Oh, you can stand it off to the side," but the thing is, it's meant to stand so the cooling can come from the bottom up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I get why they
most
did
stuff.
what they did. I get why they did it. I think it's gonna be more of like a if they do it this way. I'm assuming the way I saw the picture when they showed on the trailer.
Gotcha,
lighting up,
bitch.
I think it'll be like the Xbox One X, where it has that blower type fan up top, like a big meaty one up top, to where it really blows the air out up the top. But then I could be wrong with that, and it could be a fan. We won't know. What I think is cool about this Xbox unit is the fact that it'll be easy to take apart.
Fuck.
That's the thing I like about that, where you can take it up from the top or the bottom down, and kind of upgrade things as you need it. I just hope Microsoft doesn't do like they did with the Xbox One, where they make it hard to upgrade things, or when you take out the main, when you take out the main drive, you got to do all this freaking work to get it to be exactly the same, space, gigs, all that, or you'll get banned on, or it just won't work on your Xbox. Because if you take the hard drive out of an Xbox console, you have to clone it properly. If you don't, you can run the risk of getting banned off the platform.
Yeah, and some hard drives just aren't compatible, right? Like with SSDs and stuff. Or did they eventually patch that away?
So they patched it, and you could still use SSDs on the Xbox. It's just not gonna run. It's gonna run at not 6. It's 3
megs.
3 gigs per second. It's what is it? Not 6, but it's 3.
It's very mixed because Linus did a video about this where he said like what happens if you use an SSD on a console. And for some games, it increases loading screens by a little bit. In some games, it just didn't do anything.
Like
one of the
big
or decreased it by like 30 seconds to 40, I think it was.
Well, it depends. Linus's video, they were using it as an external hard drive.
Well, and here's the thing, right? Their bus was never designed for, because you can get SATA SSDs that are super fucking slow. And their buses were only made for SATA hard drives.
Right.
And you plug in an SSD, and yeah, sure, on a game like Fallout, where the loading time is based on how big the game is, then yeah, it'll help. But any other game where it's not big enough or need enough instant stuff loaded to where the real bottleneck is actually the hard drive itself, you're not going to see an improvement on those games because they weren't designed for like M.2s with way over like 600 gigabytes per second or anything like that. So
and Blue, this brings up your question too. We've been talking about bigger hard drives. Now here's the question: if let's say down the line, right, you go out and buy an 8 terabyte drive or a higher end drive, we'll get to the you
gotta be shitting me. Come on.
My thing is, if they're going this way, what happens when you put an external hard drive on it? Is it going to run the way they're promising? You know what I mean? You see, because if they're doing 1 terabyte NVMe drives, right? That's what I'm assuming they are. They're working with Samsung, so I'm assuming that's what they're gonna do, right? So here's my question to all that. If I put in an external hard drive, am I going to get that performance as they're promising, or am I going to get degraded performance at that point? Are games going to be able to be installed onto an external hard drive and just work? That's my question, because they're talking all this big game about this SSD, right? What happens when I go and load an external hard drive? Because we all know about how games work, how games are nowadays. They're meaty, huge.
They're fucking big.
It's like 60 gigs or more. Because I downloaded Red Dead, and I'm not even joking. My jaw dropped. It was like 100 gigs. I'm like, what?
So I'm assuming they need to have something on the back end for external hard drives. It's not going to work if people buy this console. All they can do is throw maybe like 2 or 3 games on it, and it's like already eating up half of your drive, because you got to provision at least 10 on any SSD. You got to provision at least 10 gigs keep 10 gigs free on it. If you don't, the SSD runs like shit. If you over provision.
I mean, that's what with most of these though. Like we just don't know how things are gonna be. Like is it gonna be allow external hard drives? The new PlayStation and Xbox design.
They have
I don't
to,
even know
dude.
how.
It'll be USB.
Well, I'm wondering, are they gonna go Type C or are they gonna go U? Well, actually, no. On the Xbox,
It might even have both.
They showed off the they have USBs on the front. And what's cool about the Xbox is they're keeping everything compatible with older stuff, which is cool. I think for people that already have the controllers and the accessories, I think, it would be a pissed off moment if people have to be forced to go out and buy a new Xbox controller.
Yeah,
new gear.
Ain't cheap now. Controllers ain't cheap. They're quite pricey controllers nowadays.
Does the Xbox Series have like one fan? So far, all I saw was on the top, and that was the one fan, and it lights up green. So we don't know the rest until we see the rest of it at like an E3 or an event after. Now the ball's in Sony's court. Now we're gonna find out what Sony's got up their sleeves. And I
don't know how they're gonna cool that thing because the way it's shaped, like there's not a good spot for a fan in that thing.
I'm really hoping the PlayStation doesn't keep to that V freaking design, bro. Like that.
I thought that was finalized.
That looks hideous. It looks hideous. I'm not gonna.
Design does matter when it comes to consoles. I know you made it disagree. It does.
Well,
matter.
a big V console on your desk. I mean, when it takes up half of that space, people want smaller and a little bit more compact when it comes to PCs. I know my tower is huge as shit on my desk, but imagine a console being, a V-shaped and it looks like hideous on your desk. People are gonna go, "What is that on your desk?" I hope they go to maybe the traditional console way.
Yeah, just whatever happened to just a regular plain black box?
That's
like, dude, the PS2 looked gangster, man.
That's what that's what the Xbox Series 1 is doing. Is just a standard tower looking.
I mean, I get it, yeah, and it looks okay. I'm not gonna.
They just said
it doesn't look anything amazing. I mean, yeah, it's fine.
I agree with you. There. They just went, "Oh, here's the Corsair Series 1, and we're just gonna take the
chopped up.
Design.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, just chopped in half, and we'll get one part of it. Okay, fine. I get it. It's nice that it's slim. Like it kind of sucks because it won't fit in most like entertainment centers,
right.
Like slot for a DVD player or a game console or something. But I mean, you can just put it on top of a table or something, and it doesn't take up much room. Which it's kind of like which one's better, But yeah, it's fine. It looks plain and simple, and that's okay with me. I'm just not gonna, like I said, PS2 looked good. It had a simple design and it had just enough like flair to where it looked good.
Go ahead, Blue.
Do you guys think the whole do you think it said 1 terabyte is the standard, right, for it with an SSD, or is it an SSD or just
it better be an SSD?
I know it's gonna be SSD, but I'm wondering, is 1 terabyte gonna be the standard? For
probably not.
It's gonna be an NVMe drive, 1 terabyte.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess they're getting pretty cheap.
Do you think with games getting bigger, do you think 1 terabyte will be enough?
Oh, that won't be shit, dude. No way. Yeah. Like this is what I'm saying. I wish they would just go to expansion slots.
That's what Sony's doing with their card system.
I thought I saw, yeah, to where you could just throw in more NVMe cartridges, basically.
Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I know I've been reading online. I don't know if this is true or not. You guys can find it online. Sony's talking about doing a handheld off to the side in conjunction with the PS5.
Oh, I hope that's true, man.
Now I don't know if it's true or not. I've seen it. They've shown schematics and patents for it. If that's the case, the PS5 is gonna be pretty interesting.
The problem with that is a lot of times they'll just apply for patents, even if they don't really have any intention of going through with it. Yeah, just so in case somebody else does it, they can, claim patent infringement.
Which would be cool if they do it. People, like Gangster yourself, you would probably go get one.
Oh, fucking A, dude. Yeah.
You can have it, and if it has all that backwards compatibility, if they decide to go that way with like their portable stuff, and they make it not too like way too over big.
Yeah, if they make a Vita 2, just the same exact thing but with 2 triggers, and bro, I'd be all over that, dude. PS2 games up the ass. I play a shit out of it.
You could do PlayStation somewhat, PS5 kind of graphics kind of deal, kind of like the Nintendo Switch in a way.
Scaled
So you
down
could
though,
have-
like 720p or something. I could see that.
Like you can be there and you can have the next generation in your hand, but you don't have to go out and buy the console for the hella price that it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
yeah,
reason
I'd be
why I
down.
asked- the reason why I asked, like, if one, like, asked the whole hard drive question, because right now, because you sent me that article where in 2020 they're going to be making hard drives that 20 to 18 terabytes. So I'm like wondering,
Western
like-
Digital is. So Western Digital is releasing the first 18, 24 terabyte drives. And what's happening is the reason why they haven't released them sooner is because they don't know what technology they're going to use. Are they going to use where they heat up the platters to make it work? Or are they going to do the microwave method where it vibrates a lot and it's the technology's weird the way they're doing both, but I think they're going to go to the heating up the platters direction. So that screams to me hard drives are going to run hotter. You know
That's
what I
okay.
mean? To make it happen. But they needed to do this anyway. Hard drive market's been dying for a while.
Well, yeah, because
And-
when you can
SSDs
do,
are
well, yeah, if the
now.
max you can get it for a decent price is like a 4 terabyte, and you can get a 2 terabyte SSD with fucking twice the speed for what, $40 more, 50 maybe.
Well, Arrow,
For
imagine
its-
the Vita 2 with they call it the Vita 2. Imagine it being 1080p
That's-
screen with a maybe like an AMD mobile chip. Wouldn't
that
that
would
be
catch my
interesting?
interest because these
That would
more-
be interesting.
like these consoles like the Xbox and PlayStation, they kind of look cool, but they're like the Xbox is cool, PlayStation we know nothing about, so like it'll be a maybe if I get one of these new consoles. But in terms of like a mobile console like a Vita 2 or like that new Switch they're talking about, maybe that interests me a lot more than like a console.
Right.
So I'm thinking maybe like if PlayStation releases a good mobile like Switch variant of their PlayStation, I'd be down with that.
I'd be happy for that. I would buy into a portable PlayStation, because
long
the
as
Vita
they
wasn't a bad.
As long as
Sorry,
they don't
Richard.
fuck it up like they fucked up the Vita, man. Like that's the only thing. You
They do
cocksuckers,
with
don't
the
try it.
They need to
Imagine
do what
they
the Switch
went
is
to
doing.
Imagine they went to like kind of a tablet style with like controls on the side, like the Switch, not like they're already pre-built in, and it's 1080p and it has a mobile AMD chip.
Like 1080p to 720.
Yeah,
Cool.
like that with an OLED display. I wouldn't mind that. It would be
As long
dope.
as they don't try and lock it down like they did with the Vita. That's my big thing, because the two things that crushed the Vita, one was the prices on games, because so many of their games were just so fucking overpriced. It was ludicrous. We're talking like 15-year-old PS1 games, and they want fucking $25 for them and shit. It's like, come on, guys, $5 and let it go, man. It's fucking, it's
The game's like a decade old. at this
It's
point.
way
Don,
over a decade old, dude. I mean,
They did, Don. They dropped out of the handheld, but there's patents out there, and actually a cab file, actually, if you find it out there, that I've seen on articles where people have made 3D renders of what, from the schematics that they've shown from the patents. It looks like Sony's working on cartridges and a portable console off to the side to be a companion to the PS5. I
mean,
wouldn't
I'd-
be surprised if they did do a handheld. Call it the
I mean-
PS5's handheld or something of the range. I don't know, some name.
Cause I think they're seeing what Nintendo is doing, how the Switch has been really profitable for Nintendo. So I think they might be taking a look at that when it comes to Sony.
Well, take a look at the mobile market right now with the Switch. A lot of people are buying the Lite because they can go on the go and they're happy with it.
Honestly, I'm not even kidding. I'm thinking about getting the light Switch. So
And the Lite can be dockable. No, a lot of people don't know that.
because the Switch is portable, but I will admit carrying the whole kit around does get a little bit annoying.
Yeah. Especially if you just want to sit and sit on your bed and just play the game and chill. I mean that's where a lot of people are going. Is just they just want to chill on their couch and just play it.
I'm looking at more because I travel a decent amount, so that's why I'm looking at more of the travel thing. That's why like a portable PlayStation or a Switch interests me way more than an Xbox.
That makes sense.
Even though that Xbox does look good, I won't deny
Well,
that. Like,
plus you already got a
we're working with
PC.
the Xbox,
You got a
that
really good
too, but
PC. Why do you need a Xbox?
and everything, and also I think the whole age of
Well,
exclusive
what you want an
games is
Xbox
ending.
for is for somebody like myself that's really sick of the PC compatibility issues at times. That's the only. I mean, for me, and plus I have a huge library on Xbox. That's the other reason why I'm
I mean,
upgrading
your
to
whole
PC.
setup's already on Xbox, so it won't be that much of a different transition for you.
No, and no, the
Also,
Xbox, these consoles are not for everyone. I mean, like I said earlier, if you have a bomb ass PC right now, I'd rather see people just go buy a laptop. Honestly, if you want to be on the go and portable like that, just buy yourself a laptop. For the price, most laptops are coming in at a pretty good price nowadays. So for the price of an Xbox, if it does come out at 600, you could buy yourself an entry level gaming laptop for a little bit more and be golden on the go.
and also
Really,
it's way more easier to be portable with a laptop than with that Xbox.
yeah.
Even though it does look kind of like we don't know the size of it because it just looks like a giant like rectangle basically. Like
What
best way to
does
describe it.
Sony want to make a PS5 another Wii U?
No,
I didn't.
I think they're not looking at the Switch because I think Sony might be like taking the next console on a whole another angle right
Well, that's what
now.
Arrow said. I'm just reading the comments in the chat.
The Wii U was a
Um,
the Wii U was a
was
fail because it tried to do portable plus a console. Not that's the best worst way to describe it. It wasn't that distinguishable from the normal Wii because it was like, wait, is this an extension to the Wii or is this a new console?
well, a lot of people got it confused, thought it was a tablet, not really a console itself.
Leslie, the
I
whole
think,
point of it was silly because it wasn't portable. It's not like it was a portable console. And what's the use of making a portable console your controller? Like,
right.
there's no niche that needs to fill
It gets in
that
the
you
way a lot of
couldn't.
times too.
Yeah,
That's
there
how I
was
use
there
the
was
Wii
just no
U.
point for it. So yeah. But
I get why Sony wants to get into the market of the portable. They see what's going on
With Nintendo.
with Nintendo, and they don't want to lose that ground to Nintendo like that. I don't blame them if they want to do a portable console of some
Because
sort.
in terms of portable gaming right now, Nintendo's got a monopoly on it for console-wise. Because that's what the Switch
Now,
is doing. They're bringing console-level games to portable, like The
now
Witcher's
to
on the Switch now.
now to the PS5 when it comes out, I really hope they do what Xbox is doing and allow everybody to use their other controllers and whatnot. If they don't, that's gonna be disappointing.
I mean,
Because
it's
the controllers are expensive as shit.
like
And
I think
imagine
in Canada it's like 60 to 80 bucks per controller.
I'm
Like a base one.
imagining the people that bought all these accessories for the PlayStation, and then they get told when the PS5
And the
comes,
VR. Don't forget about
and
the VR.
and if they get told, "Oh, hey, you can't use this on our new platform," that's going to be disappointing when Microsoft's allowing it.
That's gonna be a big FU to anyone who bought the VR.
Well, I know Sony's been working on the next VR, so I wouldn't be surprised if they discontinue it and tell you to get the second one.
I don't think they'll discontinue it.
they probably will. They'll at least discontinue it, but they might still.
They'll
Let
still
you
support it.
use
It's like
it,
how
yeah.
It's like how Oculus and Vive released new variants of their headset, but also still support the old one.
I know with the PS5, I know if they show it off, I know they're going to show off somewhat VR, because that's what Sony's mindset's been at is VR. And getting in first party, they need to really work on getting on that PC side of things with their games. They need to work a little bit.
They're
more.
doing that now, and that's where I offered the question earlier. Do you think exclusive games like how it was in the PS3 and PS4 era? Do you think that's gonna end now with Sony?
Yes, I think so. I think Sony needs to release an app of their own though for the PC at least. They should, where you could sign into an account if you have a PlayStation, if you want to earn achievements with the PSN and whatnot, and talk to your friends and whatnot as you're playing on the PC. Microsoft has it. Why can't Sony do it?
I think they should do that. I know that they might be looking at Epic, but just like if you want to get 100% of the profit plus not a hatred around the Epic store, or bad rep because because a lot of Epic exclusive. What was that one game, World War Z? Yeah, that's what it's called, right? The one that released on
Right.
Epic only.
Which is on
That
the
game-
which is on the Xbox Game Pass now.
That like I'm not gonna insult on the game because maybe it's a good game. I don't know. That game literally died before it even launched.
Well, it died because, well, it's alive and well on console, but on PC it died because a lot of people like yourself do not want to use the Epic Game Store and they don't want to be forced into it. That's why it's, I think it's an exclusive to for a short amount of time it's coming to Steam. I don't know,
It's
but
a
I
year
do.
exclusive, but it's just like, man, you already got bad will of your community.
Well, it's already on the Xbox Game Pass. So I'm assuming it's on the PC side of things already. So
Maybe because Metro is on the Game Pass because Metro Exodus is on Game Pass before
Yes,
it
it
came
is.
out on Steam. And that's actually that was actual on PC versus I think some
The
games
new
on Xbox Game Pass
Crisis,
are not.
the new Crisis now that they're comparing it to, they're calling it the new Crisis because it eats graphics cards alive.
What game?
Metro Exodus.
Oh, I mean, as the last two Metro games were taxing on systems, but I think that's a whole other discussion.
So Arrow, what kind of let's see, let me read your comment. I think you were talking about it. What kind of external hard drive are you thinking about getting, buddy?
I
For
say
your
just get
PS4 at
Seagate.
Christmas.
Seagate is probably the best one you can get.
Are you going for like an 8
Yeah.
terabyte, 4 terabyte? You going for 6? So I know they got really good deals on external hard drives nowadays. Or are you getting it for Christmas as a gift? As I'm imagining you have a big library on PS4. If it's anything like me on Xbox, I got a huge library. And I'm almost 8 by 4 terabyte drive live. Literally. My games. Well, also too, the Game Awards, I don't know, I felt that they needed to do more. Going back to that topic, I think they need to do more with the Game Awards. Honestly.
I mean, there was some games that were announced that were interesting. Like, for example, Godfall. Like, that was announced for the PS5.
Well, I say they need to do more with the event as a whole. Like, they need to make it more, if they're going to make it... I felt the Game Awards, honestly, the reason why I say to you why I felt like it's a sore fest, they need to do more. When I watch other award shows, they make it more glitz and glamour. I don't feel like the Video Game Awards has that glitz and glamour. I feel like it's just some guy, Jeff Keighley, that honestly, it's his show, and he's got all these sponsors and whatnot. I think they need to do more to get the audience to, you know, feel a little bit more important, you know, in a way. I just feel like they've kind of lost the luster of that. Where at the very beginning, before the Game Awards even started, 2 weeks prior, we were all talking about Death Stranding winning everything and how everybody was just not happy with it. So I knew why they didn't go with it as Game of the Year. I get it. I get it.
Maybe, but I think Sekiro deserved it. Like, Sekiro.
Well, yeah, of course it did. It was a great game from what I saw on streams and whatnot. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's on the Xbox Game Store Game Pass sooner than later. It's a great game.
Also,
And everybody should
a lot
play.
of these amount of game journalists are mad about Sekiro winning, so that's why I'm kind of happy it won.
They
Well,
can get fucked.
From Software makes really good shit.
Dude.
I
Bro.
mean, I say, like I've had arguments with people who play Dark Souls. Like, I argue that Bloodborne is better than Dark Souls 2 and 3.
Well, I'll
And
say
the
this:
first
all those games are great. Each and every one of them bring a different aspect. You know,
They're all great, but I just think Bloodborne.
I like
is so much
I like
better.
Demon Souls. They need to remaster that. Demon Souls, bro. Just remaster that shit. Bring it to the PS5.
I just want an Armored Core, damn it.
Armored Core 2, remaster that shit too. I
No,
love
I
that
want
game,
For
dude.
Answer, bro. I think For Answer was my favorite.
I say keep
I-
dreaming.
I
That's why
do.
I'm not gonna, I don't want to spoil.
Oh,
your
it's
dream.
never ever
So,
gonna happen, bro. It sucks so bad. I hate it.
Pete, so you remember when we talked about GTFO last 2 weeks and I told you would be fucking surprised. I told you that shit was gonna launch in the next week or two.
Oh, I know,
Wasn't
right? Yeah. Well,
I said I said you're gonna get your hard on in the next 2 weeks, and guess what? I was down all right.
And then realize that you can't play it because you need 4 people.
Oh,
That-
come on.
that was
Let
such
Pete-
a
let
punch
Pete
in the
have his
nuts.
hypeness.
that was such a punch in the nuts. No matchmaking.
Well,
Like,
you
come
know,
on,
they'll break,
guys.
if enough people speak out, I think if the community speaks, it's early
I
access.
just
so
hope
when
it'll
the-
be one of the. I just hope it's one of the first things that they do in the next patch, and it's soon. Because come on,
According to
matchmaking,
Steam,
random ass matchmaking is not hard to implement. It's like, dude,
No.
I think
find 4 random people
I
that
think
have a
another
decent ping.
I think I know a reason why they took away there's no random matchmaking. Maybe this is
Why?
a maybe, by the way. I think the game, from what I can tell from Steam reviews and streams, it's a very hardcore game.
Yes,
Like,
it is.
well,
So
and two,
maybe
the
they
reason
don't
why
see
they
matchmaking
didn't.
working for, like, I'll give an example. In Destiny, there's no matchmaking for raids because you just can't, because it's something you can't do. I'm thinking GTFO might be one of those games where
Fair
you
enough,
can't really
but
do
you can't play
randoms.
that game by yourself.
No,
100%.
I wish you could.
So
I wish
okay,
you
so
could.
there you go. You have to have matchmaking, dude. Because looking for people in Discord is just silly. It's like,
So
come
what
on.
happens? What
You're-
happens
it's the
when
same
you're by
exact-
yourself?
You just
Sorry.
lose because it's
No,
it's
what happens if you're by yourself and you're looking for a party of 4? I'm not gonna go around all these social medias to find people.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Matchmaking should apply. Bless
yeah, it
you.
doesn't matter how bad it is. It's better than nothing because it's not like random matchmaking is any different than finding 3 random people
Or
on
what they could do.
I mean,
looking
it
for
is kinda
group in the
different.
GTF. No, it really isn't, dude. How is that
Blue,
any
you know what they
fucking
could
different?
do?
I
You know what?
can tell you why.
You know,
because
Blue
if
and
you're,
Gangster. You know what they could do? They could do where we like to call where you can make a private room and it's open publicly to everybody to join. You know what I mean? They can kind of do the peer-to-peer system if they wanted to. If servers are a big issue, they could do a peer-to-peer system.
It's not
where
just
they
the
could-
servers. It's just there's no difference. It's like you meet 3
No,
random ass people on Discord, or you get 3 random ass people assigned to you
Um,
by Steam. It's really no different.
I think there is a difference.
How?
What's the difference?
If you find people on on matchmaking, they're more likely to be incompetent noobs versus like on Discord. Where
What? On Discord? Are you kidding me? Come on. Come
on.
on. It's the
No.
same
Come
people
on,
on Discord
come
that's
on,
on
buddy.
Steam. Like, how is
No.
that any
That's far
different?
out there, man.
No,
No,
it's
I
dude,
like,
agree
you're-
with Gangster. You gotta.
Yeah,
have
you're
matchmaking.
tripping,
You gotta
bro.
have matchmaking.
You're tripping.
No. Javi, let me finish before you cut me off. Because if you're going on Discord to find people to play GTFO, you're most likely going to be more confident than like a random on matchmaking.
Dude, that's
No,
so minuscule.
Well, and,
like,
and there's noobs in every game, though.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the thing. You're gonna get noobs at
understandable,
any
but-
time of point.
Understandable, but I think this is a game where people want you to know what you're doing when you're playing it.
Bro, when I get this
fair
game, I'm
enough.
just gonna-
How
I'm
else
just
do you
gonna
learn
play
by
for the
doing it,
fun.
though?
I'm just gonna play for the fun with my friends. That's all I'm gonna do.
I
And
mean,
have a good time playing it.
that's what I kind of want it to be because I don't really want to get into it.
So you think? Okay, so Don says, do you think we are ever gonna get a
Legend of Dragoon remake. Holy shit, man! I'd kill
they are
for one.
working on that. They are
What
working
is
on
that?
that.
What is
Old.
Legend
It's a JRPG that released around the same time that like Final Fantasy VII and shit came out.
Well,
it
they're
was
talking
really
it's
good
that
story
or something
and-
else.
Also, the Final Fantasy VII remake, they showed more gameplay of that at the Game Awards. I literally nutted my pants on footage. I'm like, damn.
Hope it's not episodic.
It is. They've already said it is.
Oh boy. Oh man.
I mean, I almost understand it just because the game is so goddamn huge.
Hopefully
but-
they don't do the whole episodic where it's like $30 per game.
It's
Yeah, I
probably
don't
gonna
think
be
so. That's
decently-
that's wishful thinking.
It's probably gonna be like decently cheap, and it's probably gonna be like guaranteed probably maybe 30 hours per episode too, because that game's supposed to be really big, right? So
Yeah, watch them add ray tracing and whatnot when it comes to PC.
I mean, it's only on PlayStation right now. We don't know if it's coming to PC or not, unfortunately.
No,
But
it
Final
is. They
Fantasy
already said it
15
is. It's just not going
Yeah,
to
it
come out
is.
at the same time.
It's coming out
Which-
like a year later. So.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that because I played 15 on PC for a little bit. Playing that game at above 60 frames was so much better than playing on the PlayStation.
Well, I'm
where I literally
assuming-
yacked while playing almost.
I'm assuming
like
they're gonna
those-
do the same thing as the Final Fantasy 15, where they just release it as a definitive version with everything on it. I'm assuming that's what
Probably.
they're gonna
When
do.
it comes to
with all the
PC,
episodes?
yeah, if all the
Yeah.
episodes are already out, yeah, I could see that. Which
I'm fine
okay,
with that.
fine. I'd even like
It takes a couple years.
80 or $100. I'd be willing to pay that for if it's because that's not even a remaster. Like they're redoing everything. You know what I
They
mean?
have the old game, and you can turn off the old gameplay and have the new gameplay, the old or new, whatever you prefer,
Let's see,
turn-based.
Arrow says hopefully
Oh,
they
so
don't cancel it midway through. Through.
They
Oh,
probably
yeah,
won't, because
that would
if they
hurt.
canceled it, if they
People
cancel
would
it,
be
it will hurt
pissed.
No, it will hurt Square Enix. I'm being as it would hurt Square Enix if they canceled it. Like, people don't care if they have to wait another 3 years to get it, 3 or 4 years. They want this remake to happen.
So
They
is
don't care
the
if
new combat system like non-turn based?
no, it's gonna have options. It's gonna be the turn-based
No, I
system
know.
if you like that.
You said you
or
could turn
the
off
Final
the. You could turn off and go to the old style. Does that mean that the new style
It's
is
15 basically. Final Fantasy 15
okay? So
gameplay.
yeah, okay, cool. They actually that's what I was hoping for.
Oh, and Don, where I was getting that information from was from Spawnwave. He did a thing about Legend of Dragoon, talking about it possibly with the PS5. Maybe that game or another legendary JRPG that came to the PS1.
Listen, I'm all down for more Japanese RPGs. 'Cause those are some of my favorite games.
Well,
So I'm down
especially
for
if
more of
they're
those.
real-time combat. Like I put up with it in 7, the turn-based, just because it was such a good game.
I actually like turn-based combat, so
But not a fan.
I'm probably gonna go with the 15 combat. I probably will go with that, but it's just like I love turn-based combat, so I'm cool with it.
I'll
as is.
probably actually play it through once each, just to do it.
I'll just
I
wait
mean,
for it. I'll just wait for it to come to PC. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
PS5,
definitely. I'm not buying it on PlayStation.
Like, no offense to PlayStation, I'm just so
I-
comfortable. Also, the fact I'm just so comfortable on my PC, I'd much rather just play everything here.
Pretty much. Yeah,
And GTFO, I'm pretty I'll wait for it. You know, I'll wait for friends of mine to play it for a while.
yeah, we'll
Get
see.
that.
I want my first
I
game to
just
be
don't have
with.
the money for it at the moment.
I know,
That's the
right?
thing.
If I had it, I'd buy it
Bills-
for you, dude.
Bills come first.
Yeah, maybe
I
by
want-
Christmas time I'll have some cash,
I
and
know
then we
Brim
could have
ha-
us
I think
4.
we have
Yeah,
a
Brem does
person,
have it.
actually.
Yeah. Oh, do we?
One person.
Well, Jason and his crew's getting it, so
Jace has it, and
Yeah.
I literally messaged him, yo, tell me when you're playing GTFO, please. Because it's like, I bought the game for $40, I would actually like to play it. Like,
a
all
lot of
joking
games that
aside.
you own are turn-based. That's what's up, buddy.
I mean, I don't get, one of my favorite games of all time is a turn-based game, Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door.
God
So-
damn it.
But the Game Awards, they just need to make it more luster, give it more of an oomph. I don't feel like, you know, Fast and the Furious to end a show is really a good game show, you know. Woo!
God,
The best way to end the best way to end the show could have been was showing off Godfall and have it right under confirmed for PS5, and then right after that Xbox. That would have been the perfect ending.
Are better off having the Xbox at the end of the show with showing Hellblade and then having, you know, Godfall, you know, before.
Yeah, that's what I
and you're
said.
hyped up for the new generation.
I mean, Godfall looks so good, and it's on Epic right now. It says so. Maybe it'll come to Steam later. We don't know, but right now it just says Epic and PlayStation.
And get a new host. Honestly, I love Jeff Keighley. Just get a new host. Like, give somebody that's. I'm not making fun of him. I'm just saying they need to overhaul the show a little bit and put somebody that's hyped up there. You know what I mean? Like they have like when you watch the movie awards, right? Who do they have?
Watched one. I never watched
they
the Emmys,
have
so.
not the Emmys, like the Golden Globes, things like that. They have a host that, you know, like Ryan Reynolds does, you know, has done one, and he does funny comedy bits. They should do something like that to make it more inviting, because I feel this show's a little bit on the boring side. If they made it a little bit more interesting, it would be better.
I think they're worried about, because the problem is I don't think they want to do that type of stuff, because like the Oscars run into this problem where they can't get a host because they're worried that they'll make someone angry. Like, for example,
there's so many people that they can hire that play games, man. I mean, they can bring in
Terry
Snoop
Crews,
Dogg,
Terry
for
Crews,
instance.
man. I'll bet you Terry
Crews, thank
Crews,
you. Yeah,
he
right.
would fucking love it. He loves video games. Like,
Take care, Don.
yeah, later, Don. What was something about he was gonna have like a cameo in Overwatch or something like that? Or people were
He was
trying to
supposed
get
to
him a cameo in Overwatch, and he was
He
like, "Oh my
versus
god,
Knight.
that'd be the coolest fucking thing ever."
He wants to do Gears of War. He wants to do a Gears of War movie with Dave Bautista really badly.
Yeah,
I mean, he wanted to be Doomfist from Overwatch.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he did,
Well, there was a petition to have him do the voice.
Crackdown.
I mean,
he did
I-
Crackdown.
I think it would have been badass for him to be Doomfist, though. I'm gonna be honest.
I still need
But
to play through Hit Crackdown. I heard it was really hilarious. With
yeah,
Terry
for sure
Crews in it.
Terry Crews, and there's a couple others too. I know. I
They can
can't
hire
remember their
Ryan
names,
Reynolds.
but
Ryan
yeah, like
Reynolds.
they got options.
I mean, a lot of people play games. I mean, a lot of the acting community does play video games.
the problem. I think they're because he
What?
ran into the problem. Of, like for example, like when in like the Oscars, I think was it last year they announced Kevin
Yeah,
Hart.
but the
was
Oscars is different than a gaming show, though. A gaming reward show.
No, but
you know?
people. The problem is people are petty and they'll try to ruin this new host or whatever. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
Well,
but they
he's
were
just
doing
gonna have
it-
to
they-
not give a fuck.
Right.
I mean, they ruined.
I mean, I
Kevin
know that's
Hart, the
impossible,
nicest
but-
movie ever. They ruined. The problem is, it doesn't matter what the host, like the guy who's getting attacked.
Have you watched an Oscars before?
I think I watched one like maybe a couple of years ago, but I don't watch. I don't like. What was it?
Well,
Kevin Hart was.
if you didn't know why Kevin Hart wasn't hired, it was because of the whole movement that we were going through back then,
Was the? It was because
his comments that he used too that didn't help his cause. So
Yeah, it was still
I-
bullshit though.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Kevin
like
Hart's
Kevin-
amazing as a whole.
The problem is, it's like you're trying to make this argument that Kevin Hart's this evil human being. who
No,
just hates
no,
games.
you're taking it
No.
wrong. I'm talking about the situation. People, I'm trying to tell you is that they went that way because what do we know about the Oscars? It's ran by white people. Am I not wrong for saying that?
Yeah, but Kevin Hart's black, so wouldn't it actually benefit them to have him be on there?
Well,
Also,
they're
he's
going
funny, everyone loves
off
him.
they're going off of his comments and going off of the time. Look at the time frame of all of it. I would love him on the show, but they didn't feel that way, and I can tell you why. It's biased anyway.
And anyways, in terms of viewership, I think the Oscars keeps dropping anyways. So I think Kevin Hart would have actually boosted it because he's funny.
Well, the
and
reason
everyone loves him,
why the
so.
Oscars is dropping is because it's 5 hours now. Who has time to watch a 5-hour reward show?
Also, a lot of the movies
Award
that
show.
a lot of the movies that people want to win don't end up winning. Like for example, I think Joker won the Golden Globes, and that was it.
Well, we don't know who's up for the voting for the Oscars yet because the Oscars happen in February.
Yeah, but in terms of, I don't think Joker's gonna win, no matter how good that movie was. It's just
You never
not-
know. You never know. He may be put up there. I don't even know because
I don't think they're gonna pick Joker.
I don't
but
think so
I think
either.
I think the award show needs to spice itself up a little bit, make it more interesting, and get more impact games, like more hype stuff. Like Fast and the Furious at the end, having Vin Diesel up on the stage is not really gonna get me to tune in next year to watch your show. You know, if you're gonna go that way, I'm gonna go get cheesy games and I'm gonna pass them off as like they're the big titles. No, you need to have the big title. I give them credit that they did the Xbox thing and the PS5 announcement stuff for games. I'm cool with that. But they need to do more of it within the show. Like the year prior, they had more stuff going on. This one felt like it was a little bit of a step down from the other year.
I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. It's just, I don't know. I kind of liked it, man, because.
And then Green Day added into that. I'm like, I like Green Day, but I'm just not into having them on an award show. They could have done somebody better.
Different opinions here. I hate Green Day, so.
I'm not the biggest fan.
So Green Day actually ruined the show for me a little bit. I don't.
I'm
like
not
Green
a
Day,
big fan of theirs, but you know, I like some of their songs. I'm just not a huge fan of theirs. I would rather see No Doubt up there or something better. You know, there's much better out there. Shit, they could have Megadeth come up there and do their songs. I'd be alright with that.
I mean, actually, it'd be super cool to be honest. Or any just hardcore band.
Or Dragon Force.
Dude,
Please.
fucking Dragon
That would
Force,
have been
man.
Dragon Force because it fits with video games. Dragon Force is like.
Or how about, you know what?
video games.
How about get an orchestra to play a bunch of classic
Right?
video game music, like the Battlefield 2 theme, the Mario theme. You know, there's a
The
couple
Halo
others.
theme.
Halo theme. Yeah, there's a bunch you could do. You know, you
Even
don't
some
have to hire the
Or they could have
Philharmonic.
Eminem, or they could do Eminem on the stage doing some rap music to the latest games. And another thing I didn't understand is why Call of Duty. Where was Call of Duty at all?
Call of Duty didn't win anything, which I hated because it's like Fortnite won best multiplayer game. It's like.
And
oh my
how
God.
is Apex considered a multiplayer game?
No, It's not Apex. Oh, it was Fortnite. No, was it Fortnite or Apex that won?
Apex.
That's multiplayer.
No,
Wait, how's-
Fortnite
how-
won something else, right?
esport game or
Esport,
something like that.
esport of
Didn't
the year or
deserve it.
something.
Didn't deserve it, I thought.
What would you put?
So-
What would you put
What were
instead?
the other option? I thought it was Evo was on there.
Well,
though.
esport wise, I would put Call of Duty in there because Call of Duty's an esport game.
I thought Evo was on there. Like they were listing multiple events and like they had the Fortnite World Cup. Evo.
No, that
and
was
other
tournament.
ones,
That was tournament.
and- Oh,
Yeah, Evo was on the for best tournament, but didn't. Who'd you say beat it out?
I know one of my friends that are listening to this that told just listen about Green Day. I
it's
will
terrible.
tell you.
Get
I
over
will
it.
tell you this. I like Green Day, but I'm not like, oh my god, I gotta go out of my way to go see their concerts and shit.
I hate.
I gotta
Green
buy
Day.
I
Feel
gotta
free to
buy
send
their
me my hate.
merchandise. I'll take Sublime over Green Day any day of the week. Ooh, I probably just insulted some people. I'm probably gonna get tiki torches and pitchfork knives for saying
I
that,
mean,
but
I'll just say right now. I hate Green Day. If you hate that I say that, feel free to message me about it. And I
Come
will not
at me.
respond, probably. And I will probably not respond. So
what was it back in the day? It was Sublime and No Doubt and all that. I would take them over Green Day.
or any good band. Got him.
Well, I don't know. You're different. I think we differ in opinion what a good band is.
And they could go real creative with it too. Like, okay, so for the big finale, they can have like they can have an orchestra do a couple key songs, 3 or 4 key, video game songs.
And a good guitar soloist or something of the range.
Well, and they could do if any game like any Need for Speed or fucking isn't Tony Hawk coming out with a new game too?
For the phone.
Oh, for the phone. Okay, well, even that, or like a Midnight Club or any game like that that's got a decent song track where it's not like an
Right.
orchestral piece, but it's an actual song. Like you could get those people to do a performance of it. It's at least it would have something to do with the games that are there, as opposed to Green Day, which fuck has Green Day even
Has
ever
nothing to do.
been in a? Yeah, it has nothing to do with video games. It's
They
not
could have the
even.
Red
I
Hot
wouldn't
Chili
even.
Peppers
I wouldn't
instead.
even say that they're like exceptionally popular among video gamers. Like I don't ever hear to anybody talking about Green Day.
They
could've
Kids,
had Red-
kids
they
these
could've
days
had-
are all into dubstep and shit. So
You
but
could add You could add Red Hot Chili Peppers up there. They're all gamers. Could add the Food Fighters.
sure,
You could add
Or
anything
anyone could.
else. And you could have had anybody else but them up on stage. It didn't fit to me for video games.
yeah, it was out of place.
If you're trying to get people to watch your show and get hyped up for somewhat of next year's games, they didn't show off Cyberpunk. They didn't show off.
Didn't the trailer come out
anything-
right after the Video Game Awards though? I thought there was another trailer that came out right after
but
for Cyberpunk.
I did understand why they should show that within the show to get people hyped up for next year.
Yeah, I don't see why they waited till after. I mean, maybe that's
Well, the Video Game Awards is at a bad time anyway. To me, I feel like it's a bad time within the year they do it.
well, yeah, it's there's nothing. There's not usually a lot of games being released for or like at Christmas time.
Right.
They've usually come out like the month before or
or after
you know,
or during.
well, not even during. Like Christmas is a big time for video games, but it's not like it's a big time for new video games.
They could do it in January if they wanted. Kind of like how they do the Golden Globes, and then they do that all in 2 months. I just don't understand why they do it in December. I just feel like it's a bad time to do it. They could do it like in January in the new year, and they could just have the Game Awards that way. And that gives more time for more games to be shown off. They can make that event a little bit longer and give us more stuff for our viewing pleasure. I just
That'd be
don't.
nice.
I just don't think they. And people took what I'm saying. I said it was boring because they're not showing anything that piques my interest. It's like,
I mean-
I've already seen all this stuff this whole entire year. Like,
I mean, there
okay,
was some
great.
new announcements,
Everything but
though,
the mediocre stuff. The only thing I hadn't seen anything of already was Fast and Furious.
I mean,
Fast
no,
and
there was-
Furious is just like one of those games that you're just like, oh, they're remastering it. Okay, great.
They announced Hellblade and Godfall.
No,
like, two new
Hellblade
games.
2, yeah, and that
yeah, but
Godfall.
need
Did
to
they
do
show a trailer
more.
of that
They need
though?
to do more.
Yeah, they did. They showed trailers for both. No gameplay, cause fuck you.
Yeah, well, yeah, no gameplay. So like,
They
can
showed
never
us
show
in game.
gameplay.
They showed us what it would be like running on the Xbox One Series X.
Or
I'm already
what it looked like
butchering
on
the name. I'm already
PlayStation.
butchering the name. Get prepared for it because the rest of this year I'm going to be butchering that name
Or
until.
or they have it shown, and they showed Godfall right on the PlayStation, or I would assume PlayStation, because they said like when they showed the trailer it says PlayStation 5 and Epic, so I assume it was on the PlayStation. It was even showed on.
I'm going to say this. Why I said it take a step down from the other year. The other year they had Smash Brothers. They were showing Mortal Kombat. They were showing games that were like, oh my god. They showed trailer after trailer after trailer after trailer. They had so many world premieres. And I feel like this one, okay, they showed us 2 things. Wow.
Oh, and Ori, the new Ori game. Saw that
Well,
there too.
yeah, but it's like last year they had like 7 to 8 games that they were showing off. Now it's just like, oh, great.
There's a
cool.
lot of games just showing off games that we already know they're coming out, like Ori.
Right.
And see.
They
Like,
just
very
showed us everything we already know for the whole entire year that we already saw throughout other shows. And it's like, give me something to come back next year to watch your show. That's why I feel like the Game Awards lost a step this year.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I mean, me and Rob are different in this aspect. So
I think Jeff Keighley's kind of like needs. I'm not making fun of him. I think he should be a guy
were
that
earlier.
interviews. Well, yeah, earlier outside of this, but you know, all fairness, I'm joking. All joking. I was
Obviously.
joking about it.
obviously,
But he should be an interview guy where he's in the background doing interviews, whatnot. Then they have like that guy, like a Kevin Hart or a Dwayne Johnson or something on the stage that gets you hyped up. There's this world premiere coming, you know, and he gets you all hyped up to watch it. You know, they don't do that. Like Jeff Keighley just doesn't like scream, "Oh my God, this world premiere!" It's like, oh, okay, there's another game coming. Okay. I mean, that's just the way I feel about the Game Awards. I feel like they could have done more for the amount of hours it's on for.
it was on for like an hour and a
And
half. or so.
GTFO.
no longer than that,
Like,
dude.
Why did they show a trailer for GTFO? There you go. You want to get people hyped for a new game? There you go. Show the
I mean,
early.
last year they did.
Yeah, re-show it. Like, oh, it's released now.
Yeah, that's
Early
that was
access.
the thing. That would be the perfect excuse for showing it. Is hey, well, they should have come up with a little bit newer of
the
a
game-
trailer, but
the game
yeah, with a
literally came
little
out
bit different
undercover,
footage. They could have said, hey, it's now out in early access. Here's some early access footage. Fucking would have been fine.
What about that
But-
shark game that they were gonna do? The guys that made Killing Floor. Remember that? They had a shark game ready to go. I was like, that could have been a prime time spot to show off that game and many other
They
games.
did show it off. That shark game. I think it was like Shark Man-Eater or something it was called.
Believe so.
No, like, I'm pretty sure they showed that off. Like,
I don't know. I just feel like the Game Awards the year prior was better than this year. Because I
Arrow
watched
says
the
developers-
I watched.
Everett says developers are probably setting up for next year, next gen, which is why the Game Awards this year, I'm assuming, was lacking. He's probably right.
Who was their
Yeah,
sponsor?
they didn't want to show anything.
Do we know who their sponsors were this year?
I didn't check.
non-vaping. Oh, can I go in a little rant about the Game Awards? The amount of non-vaping or card game ads that showed up in the entire Game Awards, I was literally about to throw some shit.
Yeah, that too. Like all this vaping
It was like,
is
oh,
the devil.
don't vape lol. It was like, as I called, don't vape lol, and look at this cool
Guess
game.
what?
Oh, it's a card game. Fuck you. That's basically what it was.
I'm
Both
vaping.
ads. I was
And
like, I
by-
want to
and
vape
by-
Axiom too.
And by the way, what I didn't understand either is what was it? I get what Arrow's saying. I guess they're getting set up for the next year stuff. So maybe next year's Game Awards will be better. You know,
because there'll be new consoles that probably.
they did show off. They did show off a new game. They showed off another one, Gears of War Tactics, which I'm pretty cool for. I'm pretty happy for.
It's
Me and Brim
turn-based
have been
Gears of
talking
War.
about it.
So if you like that, I mean, it's in your wheelhouse. So
I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, they didn't show off like last year, like, you know, the Cat Diaz stuff for Gears like they did last year. But I get what they're doing. They're showing you a little bit. They're giving you a little bit of a tease for the next generation. So next year will probably be better. They just got a lot to improve on. I think they need to get a host in there that, you know, like a Terry Crews type deal to make you hyped up for it.
I mean, yeah, I'd be good.
I mean, I'd be all cool. I think in one year they had Snoop Dogg at one point, a couple years ago, a couple years
Ooh.
back, if I remember it right. Snoop Dogg.
I don't think
Fuck
Snoop Dogg would be good though.
back!
Oh my God, gangster!
Holy shit, man, this guy's on my
You got
ass.
banged on that one.
I mean,
Jesus.
I think Gangster is bad at Apex.
Apex? Ah!
This is Apex, brother. Totally,
This is
man.
the apex of Apex. They can get wrecked with that shit.
I'll put your Apex on your Apex, you know.
I don't know. I think it's kind of funny that people are mad that like Apex Legends won.
So,
It's like,
so new terabyte drives are coming, guys. You guys excited? Like literally,
yeah.
It's only a
15
terabyte.
to 24 terabytes coming soon.
yes, I'm excited. I'm literally that's why I'm holding off on doing a rebrand on my PC, getting a new case and a new board and all that.
I think they're gonna be at $250 to $300. That's
Oh,
a
but it's
lot
gonna
of
be
money.
more than
I
that,
don't
bro.
care.
It's gonna be more than that. Like, 4 terabyte drives right now can get up
They're not
to.
that expensive.
Oh
they're
no,
really
dude,
not.
they're getting up to like what, $150?
Well, they were $86 the last time I checked, but yeah, I see your point. Yeah.
And
They've-
the big 6 terabyte ones, the big NAS ones that you can get that they don't really offer in consumer, but I mean, you know, it's pretty much the same shit. Those fuckers, good lord, those things are like almost $200.
Yeah.
So with the, you know, with the new tech, they're gonna have to put
What
into
happened to the whole SSHD thing? I was like, man, they didn't expand that shit. I was surprised. I know
It's
you
not
can.
possible.
I know you can do the whole NVMe shit and do a caching drive that way, but like hybrid drives are pretty good in theory. You get a little faster of a drive with some caching on it. I thought it was a pretty nice idea in theory.
It didn't end up working out. Though,
problem. Well, the
honestly.
problem is one thing is that uh, the lifespan for the SSD cache is so much shorter than the lifespan for the actual hard disk that you're going to lose that caching ability way before the rest of the hard drive dies.
That's
So it's, but even without that, it's like the speed increase you get. Like you can only fit so much of the SSD in that because the bulk of the space is taken up by the by the platters. So it's not like you can fit a whole lot of SSD in there. So the amount and type of files that you can can actually speed up with it is not big stuff. So
Right.
for anything other than, I mean, I guess it would work maybe for like a Windows drive, but you don't need a big Windows drive.
no.
You know, so all those small files that Windows needs to load, like, you know, there's no point because you could just have a little 250 gig SSD for that. And with games, you know, the files that you need to load quick are big shits. You know, it's the big ass texture files and stuff like that. So a hybrid drive is worthless for that because it's not going to be able to load up any of that shit in the SSD space. It's way too big. But yeah, it's like that. Using that is like the best place that would have worked is in last gen consoles. That's what they should have done with last gen consoles was build in a. I mean, they could build it a lot because like a regular SSD has a certain amount of space allocated. So like a 500 gig drive isn't 500 gigs; it's 480 because 20 of those gigs or whatever the actual number is, because 500 gigs is not actually 500 gigs, but whatever. That extra 20 gigs that it would be is reserved for cells that die, right? So one of the cells on your I can't remember what they're actually called, but one of those things dies on your SSD, and then it replaces it with one of the allocated ones. But you could have like double because you need the lifespan on a console, right? You can't have the cache drive on a console die before the console does, but you don't need a lot of it. So like you could have like 200 gigs and only be using 100 of it for cache and have plenty of spare space for those pre-allocated burn sectors. And that would have been a great help for Xbox Ones and PS4s.
Right.
I mean, yeah,
That would have been the
hard-
because you could design it. You know, it's not like there's space limitations like there is in a 3.5 drive enclosure. You know, you can put that stuff wherever you want, and it's not large. Like, you know, 1 terabyte MME drives are this fucking big. So, you know, you could fit it anywhere on the board that you wanted, and it would have provided a great speed boost for a lot of the shit that the consoles have to, because everything they're loading from is fucking platter.
Yeah.
You know, unless you go in and install an SSD, which, you know, not a lot of.
For you, Blue, this will be a huge
Heaven.
leap for you. Yeah.
Listen.
You're the only one I know that eats up storage. So
it's like I heard that like there's 15 to 20 terabyte drives coming out. I'm like, yes, where?
now
this
they
is
got
like
they got to
music to my
figure
ears.
out. Now these companies, the reason why they haven't released them is they got to figure out the technology they want to use. The spinning, heat up the spinning, or use the microwave method.
Good. Take their time. I want them to release good hard drives, not bad products at launch. Cough, cough, Epic.
I don't see microwaves
Well-
being because microwaves produce interference, and that's.
I'm assuming Western Digital is going to go the way of these heating up the platters to make it happen, which I'm perfectly cool with. I think that's going to be the best route to go.
It's pretty easy to do too, because hard drives actually create quite a bit of heat.
So I'm assuming they're going to ramp up the RPMs to do that.
Yeah, you can do it pretty easily.
Which
and they can
means you'll
take
get
a lot
better
of
load
heat.
times if they do the faster speeds.
15,000
load
RPMs.
times.
Yeah.
It means you'll get better load times long term.
I mean, that's why I said like this is all for like this is like those type of hard drives right now are for consumers like me.
I just want like the 6 and 8 terabyte NAS drives to come down in price. If those were like $125, no, dude, they're still pricey. They're
not
still
expensive.
pricey. Yes, they are.
Like
Shut
4
the fuck up.
terabytes,
Yeah,
90
they're
bucks.
not expensive to somebody who has $1,200 to plunk down on a monitor. But for those of us who don't even want to spend that on a GPU, fucking $200 for a 6 terabyte
Right now, an 8
NAS
terabyte
drive.
is going for 160.
160. That's not too bad. I'd still like to see it closer to 100 though.
It probably will with these coming out.
That's
Just
what I'm
because
saying.
they're
That's
still
what I'll be
going
happy
down.
about, because I don't need fucking. That's the thing. I can fit a whole bunch of hard drives.
Ooh, 8.7 terabytes for Micron SSD. Jesus, $900.
How much is it? I was gonna say that thing's gonna be close to
Woo.
$1,000, bro. Is that an M.2 or is that an actual like 2.5?
SSD.
Oh, it's only
Okay.
900. Where do I buy this?
Only this
Oh my
motherfucker.
god, this guy. This guy, he's like, $2,000 monitor? What? Oh, I'm there, man. And meanwhile, I'm like, let me check my funds, man. Let me make sure my banking account's all right.
Fuck no, man. I couldn't even afford.
I
I couldn't afford that. All my Christmas and birthday cash, I could not even afford that. No fucking way.
Listen, I'm all for it, this type of stuff.
Yeah, well, you can afford it, so good for you.
The thing is, like, I'm gonna go through a massive upgrade. Not like a massive, I'm changing graphics cards, all that. I'm gonna get a new board, upgrade my RAM slots, not RAM slots, like get a new RAM, like probably go to 32 gigs, and get some new hard drives.
I do want some new hard drives. My 3 terabytes
And a
are
case.
just not
That's-
cutting it no more.
That's the thing anymore. I need to get a new case because my case
Oh,
is kind of like a small mid-tier case. I want to go for a bigger case.
I'm never
better
getting rid of my
airflow.
case, man. They don't make
my
a case
case
like
is-
the Vengeance
my-
anymore.
My case is my
What
old.
case is it? Oh, yeah, the
Corsair
Vengeance
Vengeance C70.
Yep.
For one
Yeah.
thing, it's OD green with the coolest button set and the rest of it
They
that you can
came-
ever imagine.
one. It looks like a bomb, literally.
Or like just like a
Bomb.
military, you know, like a
Yeah.
tank panel or something like that. Yeah,
Yep.
it's all military switches and shit, which is awesome, and it's OD green, which is cool. But
I'm
no, the
surprised
best
you
part
haven't-
about it is that it
Surprised
just
you
fits.
haven't, put a sticker on the back of it, a biohazard sticker.
But it
Like if
fits
he brought
everything
that-
so
he
well.
brought
Like
that-
it's the perfect size. It's got the perfect layout for fucking like, dude. I can fit my. It's got the perfect setup for the Corsair 2 or whatever 280 mil AIO cooler, and it's got enough space between the top of the case and the top of the motherboard that I can fit my fucking what the fuck are those?
I know the case very well.
Fuck
I
is
had
the-
one.
What the fuck is the name of those
I had
fans?
it in black. I had the black one.
No,
Noctuas?
Arctic Cool. They're the 40 mil thick they're double thick fans that do like 175 CFM or something stupid like that, and it actually fits those motherfuckers with like a half a mil of
No,
clearance
what
to
Pete needs to
spare.
do is he needs to sell a testicle for 35,000. Excuse me.
What? So I can
They
get
do
the
all
cheese?
these-
So I can get the cheese grater case for the Mac?
No. So you can buy all this stuff you want.
I still wouldn't be getting rid of my case
I mean,
I
just
know
sell
you
a
would.
kidney alone.
until parts
okay.
no longer start fitting in there. I am not getting rid of this case, man.
I mean, there's this place called the Black Market where kidney actually would be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, all he's got to do is go down to Mexico and just have a doctor, shovel it out. It'd be great. You'll just be left with a gaping hole and
Like I
no,
said,
like-
I see nothing wrong with this.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Well, Pete, if you're bleeding out the side of your side and you're dying, hey, 65 grand sounds pretty good,
Shit.
When you
I
go
mean,
back
yeah,
into America, when you go
Yeah,
back
you
into
wake up and,
America
and both your fucking kidneys are gone or some shit.
yeah.
I'm good. Oh, wow.
And we also got the 5500 XT that just
Yeah.
got released, too.
So I have,
Yeah,
That's
but-
interesting.
I haven't actually watched the videos yet because I just don't care enough. But I saw a bunch of videos that were saying they did not like the performance of it or price or whatever. The price for the
they-
performance.
Well, the price is there. The performance is because it's a lot of these reviewers were doing the 4 gig version of it, so it only comes in 4 and 2, I think, or 4 and 8. Never mind.
4 and 8. And the
It's
4,
supposed
yeah,
to replace.
yeah,
It's supposed to replace the 590 and the 580. That's just what this was all about.
yeah, but
Replacing.
4 gig just is not enough these days. Like even for a card that replaces the 580, 590, like who gets
Wait, what card?
The
the 5500
5500
XT?
was supposed to replace the
It's
580
Navi.
and the
It's
590.
Navi 7.
Ooh.
And it's
And how
8
many-
gig and 4 gig model. 8 gig and 4.
They shouldn't have even done a 4 gig model. They should have just done an 8 gig model.
Yeah, because most cards now are coming out are I think above like 4 gigs now, right? Most
Yeah,
cards.
mine's
Yeah, well,
a-
580,
mine's a-
590, those are 8 gig only. I don't think they.
The 580 has a
570?
4 gig.
Oh, does the 580?
Actually,
Are you sure?
Yeah, the 580 does. Yeah.
I could have sworn it was only the 5. It was only down the 570 and lower had 4 gig options. But all right, if the 580's got a 4 gig, but even still, like, I mean, the 580 has been passable for a long time. It's not
Yeah,
great.
Gigabyte has a 580 4 gig edition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but even with those, like, those have just been passable
And
for a
it's
long time.
overpriced too.
People get the 580 just because they can't afford it. It's the best that you can get in that price class. It's not because it's an outstanding card. It's just the best iteration of the. I can't remember what that architecture is named,
mean,
but the same
I guess it's
architecture that the 290X is, and the 390 and all that shit.
See, Arrow says by the time Pete would be able to afford it, there will be like 5 new ones.
Of course, I never get the best shit as it comes out. It's always
Yeah,
fucking.
you did. You literally you upgrade your CPU when you didn't even need to. So I want to hear this from you.
Yeah, that's just because I had extra cash laying around, but I still didn't get the best.
Yeah,
I still got a
as
20.
if you have extra.
still got a
I would've
20
done
X-
the same thing.
I got a 2700X, dude. I didn't even get top of the line. The only
So
thing I
on
got
the-
top
so
of the
on
line
the
on
back-
was my motherboard.
So I'm the bad guy for buying a monitor, but this guy can get like a new CPU all the time. And that's fine.
Because the
Oh, yeah,
CPU
but-
is 200 or 275, 300. Yeah, dude. It wasn't even close, man. I bought my whole computer cost just about the same as your fucking monitor, bro. 220 for my motherboard, 300 or maybe was it 275, 300,
Pete
something like
spent
that.
$500, but I wish I had $500 right now.
Listen, I'm not the one on trial here, okay?
And with the new, no, I reused the
Oh,
same
wait, you
RAM I
bought a
had with my old
$2,000
one.
Monitor. I don't know about that.
No, 1200.
1200. I don't know about that.
Actually,
But-
both, the problem is, if I told you how much both my monitors are worth, you'd probably get mad at me.
Yeah, I know it's ridiculous because you've got a
Did you spend
144 hertz and a
inefficiently?
4K one.
I got a 4K one on the right, by the way. That's just been my desk stand for just other shit. It's not even right now. It's 4K resolution. For
And
some
I
reason.
told you not to go with a 4K monitor, but your ass didn't want to listen to me.
No, I went the 4K
Hey
monitor.
Pete,
'Cause
I have a 4K monitor sitting right next to me, but it's
No,
not
but
like as
mine's
expensive as that.
no, mine has
Back
all
my
the whole.
battery, bitch.
Mine's an Acer Predator 4K monitor.
Okay.
Come on, motherfuckers.
I think, and both my monitors, I
Damn.
think combined prices are maybe like $2,500 to $3,000.
Jesus.
Both
Dude, I wish
monitors
I had
combined
two. Wish
prices.
I had 2,000 right now.
Listen,
Right.
when you're not paying, I have expendable income. Okay.
Yeah, because you probably don't pay bills.
Listen, bills are for scrubs.
Wow.
You make it. You make it.
Wow.
You make it sound like
I
I'm.
can't wait. I can't wait till he goes out on his own and then he like realizes there's bills and stuff. Oh, I don't have to pay those collections.
Yeah,
What's
could you
these
imagine?
bills? What's these bills? Let me set them on fire. What these bills?
Ugh. That's alright. He's young. He gets to enjoy it,
Gets the joint while it lasts.
right? That's the thing. While it lasts.
While it lasts.
So,
Getting
I'm
while it
sorry.
gets good and good.
I'll enjoy my ultra wide monitor. That's great.
whatever.
I have a 4K monitor sitting next to me.
We'll have a 4K, 60 hertz, G Sync, all that. And
Oh, mine's FreeSync 75 hertz. You know.
and overclock by the way, I forgot to mention, and also my ultra wide, which has all those bells and whistles plus 120 hertz, and it's ultra wide. Did I mention it was ultra wide?
You did.
I know.
Oh, you cocksucker. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Like I said, we'll wait and see on this one.
What?
That hard drive shit.
Oh,
all
fuck.
It's like music's in my ears. This hard drive situation. So I'm happy with it. I know Pete's happy because for some reason he's like, oh, you can
It's 'cause
enjoy those.
I'm not
60
that I'm not
terabytes.
happy about it. I just can't afford it, so I don't really care.
Well, it sounds great to me. 16 terabytes.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
good with just 8.
that
I'm
would-
just good with 8 terabytes.
That would be great for me too, if I could afford it. But since I can't,
Well-
I just can't be bothered to care.
We could
Games
just
are-
go, we could just window shop Pete, right? Just
Right.
look at it from distance, saying one day.
One day.
The problem is games are getting more. I said more expensive. They're getting more like space-wise taken up, and I
Larger.
want to have all
Yeah,
my
yeah.
game. And I want to have all my games downloaded. So
There's
I'm
a-
good. I'm good with 8 terabytes. I'm good there.
I don't even put games on my platter. Well, I do put some on my platter drive, but not many.
because the problem is I don't want to be in a situation where it's just like, man, I want to play this game, but I have to download it. I don't want to do that.
Wow. I'm imagining the day when your internet goes out, how stir crazy you'll go.
My internet has gone out, and it's not really that big of a deal. To be honest, I don't really care either way.
Yeah, as long as you got
Imagine
enough games.
I have all my
Loaded up.
games downloaded. That's been the best part, having all the games downloaded.
Now, how
So
much
if
of
you're-
that is really games? How much is really that games?
I mean, that's something we don't talk about. This is a for kids stream, alright? So,
How much is that games, brother?
maybe 50%, probably more.
You're the only guy I know that has to use up that many terabytes.
What, you call me on the suspicious meter now?
No, I'm saying you're the only guy I know that uses up that many terabytes.
Well,
I've
my
got close
library
to that.
keeps
That's
expanding.
full. Not on
My
games
library
though.
keeps expanding.
Like Pete, I've only used 1 terabyte if that.
Well, I've got 9 terabytes that are almost completely full of media. But for
Yeah,
games,
I'm more of the media consumption, like movies and audio and music, because I still sometimes you can't get some of the music on streaming.
yeah,
You don't.
Not everything like they brought back Tool, but not everything Tool was on Spotify.
I wonder why people don't like that shit. Just want to like buy the song, have it forever.
Or better, I'd just take the CD and rip it.
Right?
I still do that time to time.
That's illegal, guys. We don't do
No,
that
it's
here.
perfectly legal.
What, to rip music? It's perfectly legal.
Yeah, if you have the CD, it's perfectly legal.
Does that count
Yeah.
as pirating?
Mm-mm.
No.
Only if you share it, but even then, technically that's legal too. I don't know. Yeah. There's
If I go make a mix CD for my friend, I don't think I'm getting in trouble.
no. It's technically it's legal. They've done some weird shit about why it's illegal to do it when you're actually pirating online. But like there's nothing illegal about making like you can even make a copy of a CD you own and give it to your buddy.
Oh, okay. I thought that counts as pirating.
No.
And if you own the game, you could back it up and literally make yourself a copy.
Yep.
That is not illegal.
Or if it's on Epic Store, you can pirate it. And what? Sorry, I didn't mean to say it out loud.
Hey now, we don't condone piracy here.
We don't condone piracy, of course, but when it's
I would
Epic, I
never-
can understand.
I would never ever suggest that somebody go and download uTorrent and then search Pirate Bay for an Epic Game Store exclusive and click on the magnet link. I would
This
never.
Is
No,
this is a
sir.
Christian Minecraft server.
My
Don't do that
morals
here.
will not allow me to
Christian
endorse
Minecraft server.
something like that.
Yo, that went out of the door like years ago.
Listen, we don't Rap. We don't condone piracy. We
Each
don't.
to-
We don't.
Hey, the way I say it, each to their own when it comes to that.
Listen, we're not telling you to go to uTorrent and go to Pirate Bay and get some games. We're not telling you to do that. We don't condone that.
Yo, you mean Jay's downloader? I'm just kidding.
Exactly, Arrow. Would not do it. It's not within my moral character. Dude, I'm at the point where I don't even want the only thing I
Coming
would
from the
pirate.
guy that's smoking a cigarette. Come on, man.
What?
Gonna take you serious.
The only thing that I would pirate at this point is
like Pete's that guy. Like, don't do drugs, kids.
yeah, pretty
Meanwhile,
much.
having a
As
cigarette
I'm
in his
smoking
mouth.
weed, yeah.
He's like, don't do coke. I see him just doing a line.
Yep. Don't do drugs, kids. But no, like the only thing I would even
Stay-
want to
stay
pirate
take
these
your
days
line.
is like a video game that I want to make sure works well with my computer. Like I did it with Nier Automata, and at first it had that stupid white screen issue, and then after they had patched that shit, I bought it. But like
Yeah,
with
it's so
the
broken as shit
but
on
like the
PC.
new Star Wars and shit, like I ain't never gonna pirate them. I don't even want them to think that they might have lost a sale from me. So I'm refusing to pirate.
Dude,
problem is
Fallen Order is great, dude.
It's not a bad game.
No. I don't mean the game. I meant the movie.
Oh,
The new Star Wars
then
movie. Like
understand.
yeah, I'm not gonna pirate that. I will not pirate that even because I don't want them to see my piracy on a website. On the numbers that they have, whoever they have, look it up, and think, oh, that he might have bought it if they couldn't pirate it. Nope, I won't even watch it that way. You stupid fucks.
And to be
So-
fair, when it comes to that, like I'm sort of just done with Star Wars. And what I mean done is like I'm done like with this whole sequel trilogy
I
thing
don't
because
know,
at this
that,
point,
that Note 10, man. Kylo Ren edition looks really nice.
No, but I'm gonna go on Star Wars Harry because I don't care. Like at this point with Star Wars, like I'm done arguing about this if this new trilogy is good or bad or not because I've argued with so many people online about it. They're rather just closing their eyes and be blind.
Let's get this right. He spent time online arguing.
I know, right? Fight me.
What
This
is
is
this
like-
on Reddit?
Yes, of course. But it's like I'm sort of done. There's people who are just so dumb and so oblivious, and I'm just not sure if their head there's like that much going on in their head to be honest, and just can't accept the fact that this new trilogy sucks, which is fine if you like it, no matter how bad it is. It's just more of a judge on your personality than like actually a judge on both of your personality.
No,
and
it's
your
not that they
character.
like it because there's plenty of bad movies that I like. There's tons of them.
Oh no, I enjoyed the trilogy for what it is. I mean, it's
The
not
new trilogy.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for what it is. Really, I,
I mean,
did.
You
And I like the side
mediocrity,
movies.
sure.
I like the side movies too a little bit.
I mean, Rogue One was fine. Mainly 'cause
Rogue
it wasn't
One was-
fucking
yeah.
anything.
Fucking Solo, man. Oh my god.
Because that's what everyone asked for. Everyone asked for an origin story for Boba.
Dude, I would have been happy with it if it was a good movie, but I'm sorry, like him and Chewie showering together, that's just not cool.
That's
The
like
fuck
on
were you?
scale of
Why do we
1
need?
to sus.
Why do we need to see that? Even if that happened, right? Even if that happened in the story, fair enough. Why do we need to see it? What character moment is happening by watching those two shower? Like,
Listen, it's just sus. That's all it is.
yeah, I don't know about that, man. And fucking Lando being all fucking pansexual with his robot girlfriend, like, the fuck is wrong with you assholes?
No, I don't know. I think the reason why I mentioned this because I'm just done arguing with people about it. Because like people just are just the people who like it are gonna like it no matter what. Like they can literally like just show Luke massacring children and saying that's part of his character, and they'll like it no matter they'll like it no matter what. And then there's people like me who hate it because it sucks. You know, that's how it is now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I just don't care. I have not cared since fucking Rogue One or Force Awakens.
Like the thing is, I'm not even gonna watch this movie. I was thinking of just watching like it's kind of like watching a car crash as it happens. But like, man, I don't even care to watch this car crash anymore.
It's whatever works. Difference in opinion.
I mean, it's
Come
not a
at
difference
me,
in opinion.
bitch.
There's blatantly terrible flaws within these movies.
Difference in opinion, bro.
Fuck.
Jesus, don't be one of those people now.
Difference in opinion. What? We can't see, agree to disagree?
I mean, we can agree or disagree, but
What
there's
you're
no-
basically doing is you're telling me is your opinion's everybody's opinion and I need to accept it and swallow it. No, I don't. Sorry, don't work that way.
For real?
It doesn't work that way. Everybody sees things differently with their own two eyes, bro. That's like me saying everybody doesn't like Hershey's.
My battery back, bitch.
That's like me going and saying, well, Golden Corral sucks.
I mean, that's a food.
And everybody needs to agree with me.
I mean,
Not
that's a
everybody
food.
believes that way.
Whatever. If you like these new movies, it's fine.
I'm not saying I like them. I said they were all right. I'm
Mhm.
like, it's just
I don't even
okay.
think I'd give
Something
them
I can
that.
throw. It's just something I can
Motherfucker.
throw in the Blu-ray player and go to sleep to. That's it.
I guess maybe it's just.
Fuck.
It's not like everybody that argues with me about wrestling. A lot of people still like the Attitude Era. It's like, well, okay, well, there is something to take out of the new wrestling if you watch it. There is some attitude stuff still going on. It's just that the times have changed. Now, I don't
I
agree
guess-
with it. I don't agree with everything that Star Wars is doing. For instance, like, you get hit, and you go into an incubator or whatever and you survive. I don't agree with that, but each to
I
their
don't
own.
It's not even that. I'm talking about like the actual characters and the story of the trilogy and how like none of it actually makes sense. Like from episode 7 to 8. I'm not talking about small things. I'm talking about major things that count to the plot of the movie.
Well, it's like what's that movie? It's like Transformers in a way that didn't make any sense. Some of it.
Yeah, but Transformers is not really a serious franchise.
Well,
People look
at least
it
one
like a pop
did.
flick.
Take a look at the Terminator. Take a look at that. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but now Terminator.
Yeah, but that no. Here,
now.
no. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing about Terminator. Like, yeah, the only reason that Terminator doesn't make sense is because there's nothing you can do. Like, Star Wars as a franchise isn't tied to something like time travel, whereas Terminator is. And every problem that arises from the Terminator franchise, besides like Genesis and the new one, is all
Dark Fate.
Yeah,
That movie?
yeah, Genesis and Dark Fate. Yeah, they're all related
Well,
to the
that'll-
time
that'll be-
because like
that-
the biggest problems with Terminator 2 is that it can't happen according to the rules
Well, all
that
I'm saying
Terminator
is-
has.
All I'm saying is
Established.
there's a lot of movies out there that make no sense.
Sure, but Star Wars kind of goes above like the average rabble of that,
yes.
and that's the
And
thing.
yeah.
It's
Star
like
Trek. In Star Trek. talking about Star Trek.
And
yeah.
hence why I said you put it in the Blu-ray machine or you load it up, when you pay your service for streaming, and you just power it up and you just put it in the background and go to sleep to it.
Yeah,
Like
well, a
I'm
lot
not
of people
really
don't.
watching it.
I
See, I
mean,
like doing good
then
movies
what's
when I do that though.
the thing is like then it's like is that even like oh like is that even saying like your movie's good? Like oh your movie's only good if I just turn my brain off and just leave it in the background and don't care about it. Is that really
most
like,
movies. I do that with most movies anyway. Like I
See,
did that with Casino
I could
last
even
night.
say that I'm down for that if there was a redeeming quality, but I don't think there is with Star Wars.
I like Star Wars, so I'm biased. So I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm biased.
I'll admit to I'm biased too. Like I love Star Wars and that's why I hate these new ones.
I like all.
And
I like I said. I take the good with the bad in any
No, my
franchise. I do.
Titan.
I don't like want to take the bad of this because the new bad in this Star Wars movie is
It's
just
like
god-awful.
RoboCop. Like when they redid RoboCop, I took the good with the bad when the new one came out. I like certain aspects of it, and I didn't like certain other aspects. It had some good qualities to it. I mean, I did like some of it, not all of it.
I mean, I can't really comment on RoboCop because I had never seen it or really once or plan to see it, to be honest.
Even the new one.
RoboCop's the new one's not bad. It's just all right.
Yeah,
No,
it was
I just
alright.
don't care. RoboCop's not my type of movie. I'm not into those like stupid little cop movies
It's not a cop movie. It's more like a sci-fi movie.
or whatever type it is. I've seen trailers for it. And I just have no. It's like with Ghostbusters. Like I'll just never like Ghostbusters, no matter if it's this
The
new.
new one looks The new one looks pretty interesting.
I mean, if you like Ghostbusters, you'll like this one, but I just don't like Ghostbusters, so I don't care for the franchise.
Have
And the
you
franchise
seen
shouldn't cater.
Ghostbusters?
Like I've seen the first one. Like which one? That's the first one was the one with the stupid like State Park Marshmallow Man dude, right?
Stupid.
Or not stupid. I'm sorry. I'm just being a little.
Yes,
How about Back
it
to the
is.
Future, buddy? Go Back to the
I mean,
Future.
I mean, it's like Back to the Future was fine. It was like it was a good movie. I just don't like Ghostbusters
Man, it's
and
blasphemous,
RoboCop.
man.
And I would never want Ghostbusters to cater to me. Like I'm just not a fan of the franchise, so it should never ever cater to me, which I'm fine with that, and I don't care for that.
That's understandable.
Like let's say if Ghostbusters for some reason try to cater to people who don't like it, it's not going to succeed because it's like if someone like me who just doesn't like Ghostbusters is not going to like it because X is in it or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, you cocksucker. Fuck.
I don't know. If you obviously this new one, if you like Ghostbusters, you're gonna like it. So that's really I can always say about this new one.
I hope.
Or you'll probably like I don't know. We just don't know what's gonna happen. Like if it's a
I don't know. They could fuck it up. Like that was what Terminator was supposed to be. It was supposed to be going back to its roots, and it was supposed to be, oh, if you love the originals, you'll love it. And
you mean how they retcon Terminator 2?
God,
Oh, that was hilarious. I heard in Dark Fate they retcon Terminator 2, and it's kind of funny to me. It's like, oh, you know that movie that everyone loves? Let's just make sure it never happened.
again, like it's tough because what do you do about the whole time travel thing?
Maybe it could have worked. The story is good, but turns out the story wasn't very good.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I don't mind Terminator 3 or even really Genesis. Like I can forgive the bad shit in Genesis because it at least takes a new look at things and introduces some other ideas and stuff, and I can deal with it. But like, yeah, it's
What a discussion we're having, by the way. Who knew we'd go down this rabbit hole? Now, we should probably stick to the main topics, or if how long
well,
have
we've
we
already
been going on for?
we've already but talked about all them. How long have we been going for? Shit, does this seriously not have hour and 48?
Do you want to end it here? So I said Rev can do the whole file stuff easier.
Sounds like a plan to me, I guess. Unless Rev has something else he wants to talk about.
Is Rev there? He's kind of silent.
No.
Oh,
No. Well, Is there anything else we need to add? Like Intel
I mean,
going
there's-
backwards on CPUs, going back to Haswell.
I mean, we've kind of already talked about everything on the docket, and then we had a little Star Wars tangent. That's about it.
I don't know. You had the Star Wars tangent.
Fair enough.
We joined
I
in.
see we. I say we because we're kind of trapped in.
I don't
the
know.
same
Pete needs to go sell his testicles for some, PC parts. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
good, man. I'm good with my setup. I don't need nothing
you can live
fancy.
with one. You can live with one testicle, bro. $35,000.
I mean, it's not like he's using it, so
All right.
What you trying to say?
you know exactly what I was trying to say.
You
This
saying
guy.
you're not getting any?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should end it here because we're already going downhill.
Yeah, Arrow, we'll be right back though with the overtime. So
He's King Graybush.
Yes.
Gray bush. At least
That
I have a
nickname should
bush.
be
I don't think you want to make that argument because I'm Italian. I grow hair everywhere except my face. Don't even come at me.
So you're saying you have a bigger bush then?
Probably. I can't wait to have an argument about this.
Oh shit. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Fair enough.
Happy hour starts in 9 hours.
Yeah. Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back on with overtime. So, if you want to keep watching, we'll be there. Peace out.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Jesus.